Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Corin Beaner. A few months ago, I wanted to start a segment called Ask a QA Guy. Questions have been sparse, with really just one being asked. Anybody who's an old subscriber knows that I am a QA tester by trade, by career, by choice. Some of the games that I have worked on include Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty Black Ops. I also came off a couple stints at Capcom Mobile, Sony Mobile, which is now SOE LA, and a couple other companies here and there. And I always felt, since I was fortunate enough to actually get the job that I wanted to, or at least get into the industry and say that I'm part of the industry, I always felt that, you know what, if I can give advice to somebody who's wanting to come in, this would be a great outlet to do so. The question comes from YouTube user MainBox, and he asked me, I would like to get to the role of creative director, and I can see how it could be useful as a QA, but aside from QA, what other entry-level jobs could I get with a mass communications degree? I am currently taking graphic design and would like to switch, but wouldn't like to if it means I jeopardize my chances of getting to become a creative director. Oh, MainBox, I can only speak as far as what I've seen on my end of it. You are actually doing the right thing now. You actually have a degree, which is the right first step. I've always told people who ask me what the proper first step is, and the proper first step is get an education. If I can go back in time and switch a couple things around, maybe I would have got a degree myself. You know, it's never too late, but life gets harder as you have kids and have a family and do stuff. So you are doing the right thing by getting your communications degree. One of the things you can do to just get your foot in the door is, one, take a QA job. The problem with the QA job is that you're gonna have to try to get a QA job on the developer side of the industry. And there is a difference. The developer side of the industry is somebody like Treyarch, Infinity Ward, you know, the people who actually make the game. The publisher side would be if you work like at EA, Activision, Take-Two Interactive. Those are all publishers, and the reason why it's different is because at a publisher side, whatever job you have there is pretty much the job that you're going to be stuck at having, and only move up through their corporate ladder. If you take a job on the developer side, on the creative side of the process, you have a better chance to network with people who were once in your footsteps, starting off, trying to get to know people and going from there. What I'm going to suggest is try to find an internship. If you can afford an internship, obviously you might have bills that you have to pay, at a developer. I know Blizzard somewhat takes interns. I'm not sure of other studios that actually do this, but if you can get an internship with a studio, that could be the right first step. QA is also a good first step, but it's sometimes hard to network from QA. Another thing that you may want to try to do is, maybe if you need a job, try to become a receptionist. And the reason why I say receptionist is because if you think about it, the receptionist is always at the front door, meaning that you're going to see everybody that works in that building day in and day out, meaning that your chances to try to strike up a conversation with somebody that you may need to talk to would be there. So intern receptionist is probably the proper first step if you're trying to network. Another thing that you may want to try to do is, you say you want to be a creative director. Find out exactly what part of a creative director you want to be. What do you want to do? It's not just being a creative director in making games. You have to know where you want to be. Now that the Android market and the iOS market is a big thing, do you want to focus on that side, on the more mobile side of things? Do you want to be on the Droid, on the iPad, on the iPod side of it? Do you want to be more social? Do you want to be on the Facebook games? Do you want to be just making Flash games? There's also the PSN network. There's also Xbox Live Arcade. Those are all different developing communities within themselves. Or do you want to go straight out and just go for the big blockbuster? Do you want to go for the Call of Duties, for the Madden? You have to kind of, at the beginning, kind of centralize your energy and focus on what you think you may want to do. Once you've discovered that, plan something out, sketch something. Part of being a creative director is in the title itself, being creative. Come up with an idea. Come up with a short presentation that you may have for a game. Even if you don't tell it to anybody at the start of it, have it. Rehearse it like you're rehearsing for a movie. Make sure that when you get those 3 minutes, that 1 minute, or that 30 seconds with somebody who can help you become a success as a creative director or in that right path, that you get their attention like this. Their time is their money. And I don't want to sound like they're all douchebags, but you know, sometimes people get busy and you only have a certain amount of time. Rehearse it. Make sure that you're able to go through your idea, through your plans, quick, quick. Nobody likes a stutter bug. No, you have to be quick on it. You have to ensure that you grab their attention and you hold it for what little time you may actually hold it. If you can strike that conversation and hit success, have a portfolio ready, a folder, whatever. Ask for an email, send them a link to whatever, and have a portfolio ready. Sketches, drawing boards, story treatments, whatever it is that you may have, but make sure that everything is talked about, make sure everything is rehearsed when you have that moment. Because you may only get one chance. And that's not me being an asshole, that's me being truthful. As far as entering as QA, it is a good first step, but like I said, it is harder to network, and it also depends on the developer that you actually work for. Some developers that I've actually worked for, such as Treyarch, actually allow the QA testers to have access to the tools for development for pretty much anybody who works there. So you're actually able to kind of create your own thing and maybe able to work with something that they're working with, which could help you, but not all developers actually give you that access to their tools. So you're going to have something that you yourself worked on your own time in case that time comes. So that's why I'm saying QA is kind of a toss-up. I hope that it doesn't seem like I'm trying to keep this brief or kind of like sporadic or sparse. But the fact of the matter is that, and you know, there's a lot of skill required, and you are taking the right steps and learning these skills, but a lot of luck is also required. One guy actually told me, and I've repeated this countless times before, you get your job at who you know, you keep your job by what you know. Networking is going to be your best friend. Don't be a dick to anybody, no matter how minuscule you think they may be in your career path. Don't be an asshole. Always be friendly. Don't be pushy. And don't assume that somebody owes you the time of day just because you have a degree. Believe me, there are hundreds, if not thousands of people that are just like you who want to get into this industry. It is a hard industry to get into. But if you're able to network, be friendly, be courteous, know the right people, something will come along your ways. And once, like I said, once you have that moment to strike it good, strike it hard. That's what she said. And just make sure that you're ready for that moment, because once you miss that moment, it could be years before you get another chance. And I say that from personal experience, because believe me, I've had my moments where I just didn't take them. But other than that, I hope this has been, at least a little bit helpful as far as pointing you in the right direction. Just to recap everything, intern, receptionist, probably the best way to network at a company if a developer actually allows it. QA may be your second choice if you want that to actually happen. But again, on the developer side, focus on what you want to do. Do you want to do iOS, mobile type stuff? Do you want to do social media stuff like Facebook games and such? Do you want to focus on the PlayStation Network or the Xbox Live Arcade? Or do you want to go just for the big daddies, the Call of Duties, the Maddens and such like that? Focus on that. Develop a story treatment and all that portfolio based around that, and practice it day in, day out. Just focus on that. And you know what? Again, be courteous, be helpful. Don't think that you know more than anybody out there, because like I said, there's hundreds and not thousands of people that are just like you. And yeah, that's all I can really say right now. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me down below, or if you want to PM me on YouTube, by all means, MainBox, do so. I'm always available, and I'll try to give you the response as fast as I can. And for anybody else out there, the same invitation and advice questions that you may want to ask, feel free to. And yeah, so this has been Cornbeaner. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys found this somewhat helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.